the
No,
middle
we
of
haven't got
that
Santiago's
combination.
hurt there. Look at that. Look at this athleticism.
Back into the ribs, beautiful. Got to do something. Look at his airways open.
Showtime kick,
Oh my goodness.
Sanchai kick,
Oh man.
and a sneaky trip.
More we get some. Oh!
Zabit Magomedsharipav was the ultimate striking maestro on the UFC stage.
Looks good on his feet too, like what he's doing. Oh!
Back elbow landed for Davis. Now
Look at that.
Davis taps.
With his exquisite kicking technique,
A lot of kicks.
exotic submissions,
He's well on that.
and unmatched charisma,
Who is this?
What did he say?
he not only captured the imagination of the fans around the world, but also broke their hearts by calling it quits just one step away from a title fight. It's time to look back at Zabit's epic journey through the whirlpool of martial arts and the reasons of his frustrating retirement.
Справа через руку и удар дополнительный с левой и левой сбоку. Удар в подбородок.
Zabit was born in the spring of '91 in the Dagestani city of Khasavyurt. Although skinny and disease-prone, he still practiced kickboxing and, like many Dagestani boys, freestyle wrestling. At the age of 12, he joined a martial arts boarding school called 5 Directions of the World. The headmaster, Gusein Magomedsharipav, instilled in his students both physical and spiritual improvement, drawing wisdom from Eastern philosophy. Gusein saw Kung Fu as a way to reach harmony and unlock the inner potential of the individual. Zabit actively trained in Wushu Sanda and achieved great results, claiming gold at the Russian and European championships, as well as winning the World Cup. Magomedsharipav would later successfully adapt his Wushu Sanda technique to MMA in the Dag Fighter gym under the guidance of Mansour Uchakayev, and mold his own unique style. 5 Directions of the World produced other notable names besides Zabit, like current UFC fighter Muslim Salihov and Bellator's Magomed Magomedov. An interesting side note, as an amateur, Magomedsharipav crossed paths with Islam Makhachev and lost to him by split decision. The Dagestani striker made his professional MMA debut in the spring of 2012. His opponent ate a headshot from the gate, followed by a show-stopping back fist. Funnily enough, the organizers initially refused to let Zabit fight, seeing how scrawny he was. I arrived a week before the fight, and when the matchmakers saw me, they refused to let me in. I was thin, and they didn't believe I was an athlete. It was hurtful, but I managed to convince them to let me into the ring. In the next bout, Magomedsharipav put his grappling skills on display and forced the tap with a guillotine choke. After signing with the Russian Pro FC promotion, Zabit was matched up against fellow prospect Iftihor Arbobov with a record of 6-0. The Dagestani fighter proved to be head and shoulders above not only literally, but also in terms of striking, exploding with whipping kicks, sending the foe down twice in spectacular fashion. Zabit shook off submission attempts on the canvas, went for an armbar himself, and ended the second round pursuing a stoppage. As a result, the opposite corner waved it off before the third. In the spring of 2013, Magomedsharipav was put to the test by Igor Yegorov, who was on a streak of 4 wins, all by way of submission. Zabit was investing into every strike from the opening seconds, throwing sharp, same-time counters. and avoided the ground game. He continued to unload in the second, but slowed down noticeably by the midpoint, which Yegorov took advantage of with a takedown. Playing guard, Magomedsharipav failed to achieve full extension on the armbar and was forced to accept punishment until the bell. In the final round, Zabit delivered an elbow, but his empty gas tank cost him double underhooks and the subsequent trip. This time, Yegorov progressed a mount and latched on to an arm lock himself, securing a comeback victory. Igor showed grit and perseverance, while Magomedsharipav exposed his stamina issues, which were health-related, as later revealed. A chance to get back on track presented itself 5 months later at a regional event. Sergei Sokolov immediately felt Zabit's revengeful attitude, and the noose tightening around his neck. The 22-year-old Dagestani prospect was set to close the year 2013 with a clash against Russian amateur MMA champion Sarmat Khodov. Magomedsharipav set the wheel of misfortune in motion and reversed position on the mat. When spinning got boring in the second round, he showed noticeably improved wrestling. Early in the last stretch, the Dagestani striker tested his opponent's chin with a signature back fist and was active on the mat until the clock expired, picking up a one-sided decision win.
Zabit Magomedsharipav.
Now back to his winning ways, in 2014, the Wushu Sanda master first graced the poorly lit cage of the prestigious Russian promotion ACB. His counterpart, world pankration champion Oruj Zamanov, had no desire to duke it out standing. However, Zabit's defensive wrestling proved solid, and he began to impose his rhythm. After whizzing past Zamanov with a wheel kick, the Dagestani prodigy caught him with a knee, fending off yet another takedown attempt. Magomedsharipav issued a ticket for Dagestani Airlines. The opponent wiggled out though. In the second round, Zabit fired a kick to the liver and prepared a decapitating tool for the opponent.
Хороший прихват шеи. Я думаю, сейчас будет завершающий гильотина из маунта.
The Dagestani ninja surprised everyone with a so-called power guillotine and earned a ticket to the featherweight Grand Prix. The battle-tested Artak Nazaryan successfully grounded Zabit, but lost his position and got smacked for it. Magomedsharipav stood back up and launched a body kick, blasted a precise cross, and gave an encore. Nazaryan was hoping to land a Hail Mary, shooting for dear life after each kick, and getting nailed with the right hand, which made him look completely helpless. He was looking for a breather during breaks in the action. And even during the skirmish. Eventually, the one-way beatdown was stopped by the ref. In June 2015, Zabit encountered a challenge in the form of Mohamed Kokov, an unbeaten grappler with 9 wins, 8 of them by submission. Magomedsharipav got pushed back immediately, and his wrestling defense underwent a stress test. However, once he found the spinning back kick, and clean boxing combos. Zabit scored a takedown himself and continued to bombard the enemy's liver for the rest of the round. In the second stretch, the Dagestani prodigy showed that his ground game has indeed leveled up. The ref had to pause the action to invite the doctor into the cage. Kokov's arm appeared to be fractured, causing a stoppage. By beating an undefeated grappling specialist in his element, Zabit proved himself to be a true all-rounder, dangerous wherever the action goes. October 24th was the time for the Grand Prix finale against Abdul Rahman Timirov, another prospect with an unblemished record of 10 stoppage wins, including 8 submissions. As Zabit extended his arm for the fist bump, Timirov was already diving for the hips. Having shook off the annoying cuddler,
Боец, он, обратите внимание, ему как раз сейчас надо постоять, почувствовать соперника спокойно, причем такое абсолютное спокойствие.
Magomedsharipav entered the clinch
Боец забит. И именно агрессия, мы знаем, что судья очень большой.
and sunk in a power guillotine.
Если продержится, забит.
Смотрите,
Тушит!
взял по сабмишинам, он Забит, сейчас обманул и обхитрил. Да, это сделал, это победа! Что-то невероятное!
The signature choke worked flawlessly, even against a submission ace. The next step was the inaugural featherweight title bout against veteran Magomedsharipav in the main event of ACB 31. Magomedsharipav got going with an accurate cross, landed a spinning back kick, took one in return, and put on a masterclass in bulletproof takedown defense.
Смотрите, что делает, какая защита потрясающая у Забита.
Disengaging from the clinch, Zabit found a left hook to the liver, pushed his man back, and stepped into range for a kill shot.
Справа через руку и удар дополнительный с левой и левой сбоку. Удар в подбородок. Вот это
A short double left hook caught the foe off guard,
страшнейший нокаут. Забит.
and the Dagestani gentleman immediately apologized to the crowd for dusting off the veteran of the sport. At the age of 25, Magomedsharipav captured the championship belt and extended his finishing streak to 5. The first defense of the throne was scheduled for September 2016. Brazilian Valdinez Silva, riding a streak of 6 stoppage victories, learned there are levels to this game right away. Zabit did a good job on top, got back up to launch a missile young Fedor style, and forced the ref to intervene. It was clear as day that the Dagestani talent had outgrown the opposition available at home. UFC scouts took note, and soon Zabit signed a contract with the world's premier league. Preparing his overseas debut, he would spend part of his training camp in New Jersey with Mark Henry, a famous trainer who raised 2 UFC champions in Frankie Edgar and Eddie Alvarez. Prior to stepping into the octagon, Magomedsharipav took on a coaching role in the 26th season of The Ultimate Fighter, at the invitation of his teammate Alvarez. That season only featured female participants, and Zabit did not want to teach them how to fight, but was always ready to share some knowledge of Dagestani cuisine. His first UFC bout took place in September 2017. In the opposite corner stood Mike Santiago. The American was a Contender Series alumnus and boasted an 11-fight win streak.
Santiago.
Zabit warmed up with a side kick, a rare hook kick, and started spinning for the fences.
Oh, and a spinning backhand record. They've got loads of lost foot records. But
He masterfully punished Mike for overextending with an uppercut, and really got cooking.
We've got Santiago's hurt there. Look at that. Look at this athleticism.
The fans had not seen a Showtime kick since Anthony Pettis' heyday. The Dagestani ninja did not fall behind in the clinch either,
Santiago's toughness is out of that.
causing damage with knees and elbows.
Beautiful work in the tie clinch by Santiago.
Towards the end of the round, he loosened up,
He was talking about attacking the
unleashing his Wushu Sanda spinning toolbox. Santiago pressed forward in the second stretch.
He's a very aggressive. He's spinning
Magomedsharipav increased the level of creativity to the point of absurdity.
for that attack.
Keep your defences, your range, and somewhat.
Look at that.
I don't think I've ever seen that before in the Ultimate Man.
And while the commentators were puzzling over the name of the strike,
Surprise.
Zabit teleported behind Mike's back,
Spin, beautiful work. Look at that step.
made himself comfortable,
Trying to take the back.
and cut off the oxygen supply.
Well,
So quick, only quick. He's well on that. There's attack.
oh wow, very
Zabit
nice.
Magomedsharipav.
In his very debut, the Dagestani phenom stood out for his exceptional striking prowess, unique acrobatic stunts, and earned both the Performance of the Night bonus and the attention of the entire MMA community. Coach Mark Henry was delighted with his students' showing.
Just watching him was amazing. It was like he was going to the movies. I said, Zabit, you know you're going to a fight. Ah, coach, come on, you ready? Ah, coach, good.
The UFC appreciated their new asset and gave him a chance to return just 2 months later, with a clash versus the 9-0 striker, Shayman Moraes. Zabit again set things in motion with a sidekick to the gut.
Pronounced jab as well.
The Brazilian bit back,
Whether to step. Oh,
ate across,
wow.
an offbeat 1-2,
Oh,
and his attempt to kick the evil Lincoln led to an easy takedown.
can you imagine?
Magomedsharipav stood up to unload the battle-tested right, but chose to introduce Moraes to Dagestani wrestling.
Oh, look at
And pounded away from the crucifix for the rest of the
this.
round.
Look at this beautiful work. Crucifix position.
After the break, Zabit did some stretching and unleashed a tornado in the
The
cage,
ribs, beautiful work.
making the poor Brazilian go airborne again.
My old taekwondo days.
Although Shayman seized the moment, it was a fleeting one.
Nice, but
Moraes did his best to hide from the shelling,
pound here. He might get what I said. Answers here, 9 minutes in.
and survived to the saving bell. Zabit began the final chapter with a low kick. Screwed in a back fist
Gonna do something. Oh, look at that spinning.
and dragged his gasping adversary to the mat.
It's going up. Good. Beautiful. Look at that.
The Anaconda choke was at the ready.
Shayman Moraes trying to build a frame, trying to keep his airways open. Oh, and there's the tap!
Zabit Magomedsharipav.
They're all getting it, even Max Holloway.
The course for the finish.
With a dominant performance, Magomedsharipav proved his well-roundedness once again and earned his second Performance of the Night bonus.
Thank you. See you, China.
The Dagestani virtuoso's elite level of skill was also noted by his colleagues, who had a chance to spar with him.
He did knock me out, and yo, that was not fun. That guy came in there, samurai ninja, like doing spinning kicks and shit. I'm like, bro, I've never seen anyone do shit like this.
He got the better of me for sure, and he put me down with a 360 roundhouse kick. I closed my eyes, tucked my head, and he just caught me right in the back of my neck. So.
In April 2018, the 27-year-old Zabit was added to the UFC 223 card, headlined by a lightweight title bout. Following the news of Tony Ferguson's injury and Conor's bus attack, Khabib Nurmagomedov was set to fight Al Iaquinta. The fellow countrymen had fun together and fooled around on camera before the weigh-in.
Всем нравится. Там очень... English.
Magomedsharipav himself was scheduled to face Kyle Bochniak. The American was undefeated before signing with the promotion and had a 2-2 resume in the UFC.
Being added to
Kyle channeled Iron Mike energy with his truck movement.
Kyle Bochniak, very aggressive. Those ribs. Oh, nice. Oh,
Zabit stopped his pressure with kicks.
crack him. But I mean, when you grow up and you're hungry and you're fighting to
victories.
Added a left hook on the exit.
You don't get into a technique battle with it.
And scared his man off with a Pettis classic. He also grazed Kyle with a wheel kick.
Look at that. Spin
And showed off with an exotic Sanchay kick.
Man.
Magomedsharipav easily evaded the enemy's attacks,
Look at all the head that was there.
while continuing to delight fans with distilled striking brilliance.
Oh, Jesus. That front leg. Oh, man.
In some love.
Oh, man.
To Bokniak's credit, he would not be deterred and kept looking for his moment.
Starting round two.
Caught in a rain of kicks,
Said than done. Was Bokniak.
the American exposed the back
Yeah, look at that beautiful time, man.
and joined the passengers list.
Man.
Returning to the chessboard,
Watching it live, I'm like, oh.
Kyle switched off his self-preservation instinct.
Get Bokniak's the one that's fighting him, because this kid's a stud. Look at that.
Craziness. Pointed at his chin. Come get it.
He's an animal.
And Magomedsharipav pulled out the ace.
War where he gets him. Oh, come on.
The Dagestani phenom executed a picture-perfect major outer reap, or a Soto Gari, making Joe Rogan scream in awe.
Oh, come on.
Getting back up once again, Bokniak happily slugged it out at the end of the round.
Man. Oh.
You'd assume it doesn't get more dramatic, yet these two found a way to redefine dynamic violence.
To get their fighter tactically, he needs to find his own offense.
Yeah, listen, the kid's taking a beating for 2 rounds, gets off.
And now that forehand.
Despite his fatigue, Zabit refused to stop spinning.
A lot of kicks.
And tried to subdue the foe on the floor.
Look at that.
But the maniacal patient was immune to tranquilizers
Do the tango. Look at that. Just
and escaped the secure unit.
Survive these final 2 minutes.
he shook him off. Look out for the leg, though.
In the end, Magomedsharipav accepted the invitation to swing for the bleachers. The Octagon Gladiators produced a unique stylistic clash, a worthy Fight of the Year candidate. Zabit left the battlefield with his hand raised, bursting into the top 15 in captivating fashion. He also expanded the UFC's golden collection of quotes.
Who is next?
What did he say?
Donald. Who's next?
Zabit Magomedsharipav. Holy shit is this guy. He's fucking phenomenal.
An animal?
He's one of Mark Henry's guys.
That's good.
And,
I like Mark Henry.
From Dagestan.
Okay, yeah, I don't know.
Where there's just something in the water over there.
Yeah.
They create animals.
Zabit did not want to confuse Joe Rogan any further, followed Khabib's advice, and started learning English.
Tired. I have jet lag. Now jet lag. Because I come 3-4 days ago.
In September 2018, the striking maestro is due to face another spinning magic practitioner, Yair Rodriguez. But the Mexican pulled out with an injury and was replaced by Brandon Davis with a resume of 1-2 in the UFC.
As long as I can get somebody to stand with me, I definitely have a chance of winning every time. Even on the ground, like he has some holes on the ground too. His wrestling is really good, but I mean, if he stands in there and strikes with me, I definitely have a chance to win. So I love those kind of fights.
Zabit Magomedsharipav.
Zabit played with his prey on the feet.
He looks good on his feet, too, like what he's doing. Oh!
Tried his trademark trip.
Stance switches out of Zabit.
Uncorked the scissor kick.
Like forward or left.
Added another body to his yes fly list.
Back elbow landed for Davis. Now he
and reintroduced his bizarre-looking kick.
Look at that.
In the second stretch, he caught the enemy's leg, tossed his adversary into exhaustion,
and he gets the takedown in this round away. And Zabit's got him down.
and came back to complete the previously botched trip.
just mixes everything so seamlessly.
Zabit proceeded to backpack Davis and forced him into an excruciating split.
This happens again.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, he's got rid of a banana split.
Oh, man. Same arm bar. Or same knee bar, rather.
But this guy,
Look at that. There it is. 2-in-1 UFC. That is insane.
By securing a one-of-a-kind finish, Magomedsharipav won not only the fight, but also the Submission of the Year award.
So impressive.
It's hard to fathom that earlier that night, Zabit's former sparring partner, Aljamain Sterling, performed an identical submission, albeit a bit less flashy.
He tapped. He tapped.
This move has several names, but the one that caught on is the Sulayev stretch. It was Russian UFC pioneer Amar Sulayev who first pulled it off at a high level in October 2002. With 4 wins on the biggest of stages, Zabit finally got a ranked opponent in Jeremy Stephens, number 6 in the division. During his 10-year-long UFC tenure, Stephens had cracked about a dozen chins. And lived up to his nickname, Lil Heathen.
But I like what Stephens is doing early. Big kick from Stephens!
Yet despite all those knockouts, his moment of fame happened outside the cage.
Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that?
It's the uber-talented Zabit
Magomedsharipav stayed at range.
He's aware.
Chopped down low.
By moving in and out. Nice. Stung him with that one. Oh, again.
And went for a back fist.
With the O.
The experienced Jeremy was pushing forward.
Staying on top of him. He's not chasing. Needs to be careful. This is where Zabit's good, is when he gets you chasing.
And one of the kicks hit him in the cup.
Left high kick.
After a short break, Zabit tried the outside reap and entertained the crowd with some Dagestani kung fu.
360. Oh my goodness.
In the second frame, Stephens returned the favor with his own low kick. And his sledgehammers were inching closer to the target.
Southpaw to conventional. Nice.
Nevertheless, Zabit kept landing single shots.
Movement is if he doesn't move forward.
And mixed things up with a single leg.
And there's the wrestling that you talked to us have a very good submission game as well.
But Stephens did not appreciate the Dagestani blanket and expressed his discontent after the bell.
Round 3 coming up.
Magomedsharipav was running on low fuel in the third.
Now he's keeping the pressure in that corner to put the emphasis on the third punch. Nice.
Got caught in the exchanges more often.
His right hand lands. He needs to guess.
And was close to losing the initiative.
He's just so full. He's just so unpredictable. Nice right hand.
Nevertheless, he still had enough for a late explosion.
Good combination from Zabit.
Oh, another left hand by Zabit.
Now showboating a little.
And a somersault at the end. Zabit achieved a hard-earned victory and entered the title race. However, his stamina issues became apparent to the other contenders. In November 2019, Magomedsharipav was given the opportunity to headline an event in Moscow. The dance partner was the Boston finisher, Calvin Kattar. The 20-3 American was coming off a couple of stoppage wins and had 2 bricks for fists.
Oh, Kattar with a heavy shot, and Fishgold is dead. Fishgold can't fight. I'm seeing that. For this main event.
The fighters traded crosses, and Zabit started changing stances to set up his unconventional attacks.
The risk that a lot of people normally do.
You can see how he's trying to pull
Same number of visits to the Oxytron and other boxers brought a lot of value.
Although Kattar came in prepared as well.
These guys are trading.
Magomedsharipav won the closing moments as well as the round itself.
We're going to go on a short break. Back in 30 seconds.
Driven by the home crowd. Zabit perfectly executed his signature Asoto Gari. But Calvin got up.
Lovely control there, but great work by Kane to get back to his feet. Beautiful.
Managed to land on his opponent and launched a follow-up knee.
And when you consider all of the other guys from Dagestan,
The Dagestani sorcerer retaliated with a Sanchai kick to end the round. He mostly relied on his hands in the third.
both of these guys just he's getting hit. Zabit is rough.
And Kattar found the groove in the boxing element. Despite being gassed, Magomedsharipav left no shot unanswered.
20 left.
And caught Calvin slipping. But it was the American who pressed the issue off his back.
Significant, however.
No, this is the crowd are on their feet.
The athlete's efforts paid off with the Fight of the Night bonus.
From Dagestan, Russia, Zabit!
With 6 wins on the resume, no one could have thought Zabit's UFC career would take a wrong turn. The showdown against Yair Rodriguez was scheduled for the spring of 2020. Then the bout was postponed till August. but the Mexican suffered an injury, which ruined Magomedsharipov's preparation. Without a ranked replacement, Zabit and his team cut the camp short and flew back to Russia. As a result, Zabit said he was no longer interested in Rodriguez, refused to fight the Korean Zombie, didn't get the title shot he was promised, and sat on the sidelines for 18 months. The UFC removed him from the featherweight rankings due to inactivity. Rumors about a potential retirement started spreading, which Magomedsharipav soon confirmed. The ninja from Yurt hung up his gloves at the age of 31 and left the industry at the peak of his powers with a record of 18-1. He assured his fans that he would stay in the sport, helping his younger brother Hassan, an undefeated Bellator athlete. As Zabit himself says, there's no specific reason for his exit, and a combination of factors played a role. His health issues that hampered his endurance were one of them, but knowing this fighter's history and mindset, we can assume that the main reason was the sporting component and merit, which is increasingly ignored in favor of the business side of things.
Good to see you, buddy.
Zabit's free-flowing style mesmerized everyone.
Into the ribs, beautiful work. Oh, Jesus. Oh, man. Into a war where he gets a...
And his humility outside the octagon won the hearts of fans around the globe. Always calm and smiling, he prioritized artistry to please the audience.
360. Oh my goodness.
Doesn't have a lot of kicks.
Santiago's hurt there. Look at that. Look at this athleticism.
Setting boring effectiveness aside.
He looks good on his feet too, like what he's doing. Oh, stunning.
If this happens again.
Oh, look at
Oh,
this.
he's got a bit of a banana split.
Look at that.
This is why he is adored by martial arts enthusiasts, who to this day miss the endless typhoon kicks in the cage.
Leg. Oh man,
working the body.
Same number of visits to the
Records. They've got loads of losses on their records. But
if you enjoyed the video and want to see more striking brilliance, Sanchai, kick the like button, subscribe to the channel, and vote for sport.